the leader in talk radio on the Internet, right here on K98Talk.com.
If you want to work until you keel over, have less of everything in retirement, or give back more of your hard-earned money to the stock market again, then just ignore me. But if you'd like to protect the money you save, receive a steady, predictable retirement income, and enjoy financial security for as long as you live, then listen to this. You can download a free report that reveals the wealth-building secrets Wall Street and the banks don't want you to know. You'll learn how you can get guaranteed growth, safety, and real prosperity without risking your money in the Wall Street casino, and how to get the money you need when you need it, simply by asking for it. This is the best way to have a 100% secure retirement and know your money will last as long as you do. To learn more about this method and to get your free report, go to 29security.com. That's the number 29security.com. 29security.com. Go to 29security.com.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it. There to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-696-1030. Again, 800-696-1030. That's 800-696-1030. 800-696-1030.
Alright folks, this is Rick Robinson with you. I want to tell you about some friends of mine from a company called Security Enforcement Specialists. When I ran my security agency for 12 years, I worked with one of these partners on a daily basis. He's been involved in this agency now, and with his other partner, they do have over 30 years of experience in the private security industry. If you own a business and you need someone to keep you or your customers or residents safe, then I highly recommend contacting Security Enforcement Specialists today. Give them a call at 405-703-1796. Again, that's 405-703-1796. Again, tell them Rick from K98 Talk sent you. Like I said, if you need the help, they are here for you. So make sure that you go look them up, check them out, and see what they can do.
Wrong way. Welcome to the place.
Joe had huge problems with the IRS.
I knew it was coming. I hadn't filed taxes since 1990.
All the IRS letters coming in added up to a nightmare.
To get got up to like $68,000. My heart started beating fast. It's like, there's no way, man. I mean, I ain't going to be able to do this.
Then they stopped his paycheck.
So that's when I started making phone calls and found U.S. Tax Shield.
U.S. Tax Shield went to work immediately.
They just took the bull by the horns. What blew my mind is he called the IRS right then and there.
So why is U.S. Tax Shield A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau? Joe knows.
They saved me a ridiculous amount of money.
If you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS or state, choose the company Joe chose, U.S. Tax Shield.
It was the best decision I made. U.S. Tax Shield is the way to go. Life is good. Thank you, Lord.
Call 800-471-3287.
U.S. Tax Shield. Boo-rah. Yes.
800-471-3287. 800-471-3287.
The Internet will never be the same. You're listening to K98Talk.com.
Wow. Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Absolutely. Let's get
Hello, 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 America. You have found it. It is the Loftus Party, a very special edition of the Loftus Party. We are coast to coast now. I'm in Long Island, and the rest of the party, I almost said the party crew. The rest of the gang, I guess, is...
Where's the Loftus Party people?
The Loftus Party are in L.A. So live via satellite, we've got Andrew Apple. Andrew?
Hello, everyone.
And we've also got young Jason Anarino over there. How's it going, dude?
Hola, senor. Me
See, this is great.
Me llamo Jason. Y tú?
Me llamo es Miguel. Hey, so it's been a big week. I've been in Long Island. I'm working on a little TV show. I don't want to talk too much about it. It's very exciting. I love the process of writing. We've been doing a lot of rewriting. It's great. It's fantastic. Meeting a lot of really talented people. So I've missed a bunch in the news. I keep trying to catch up. So you guys, you have to carry the ball here. We have to talk big news stories. What did I miss?
Right.
What have I been missing? I'm going to have a guess. I have a guess. Donald Trump did something.
Shocking. You are 100% right, actually, but you know what he did? He won a lot.
Well, I knew about that. When last we left, I knew that he crushed it in Florida. Marco Rubio dropped out. Little Marco's gone. Yes. Let's take a moment for Marco. You know what? I'll say this about Marco Rubio. I got respect for the guy. He tried the stand-up comedy way. He did like the little hands thing. It was very funny, but ultimately it just didn't work for him. He wasn't true to his character. He wasn't true to himself.
Well, actually, I don't know if you got a chance to watch, but his concession speech was one of the most eloquent things I've ever seen him do, and it was very presidential.
You know what? And this is what happens when these dudes drop out and they give these really heartfelt, wonderful concession speeches. You're like, dude, you should keep running. You're a good guy.
Where was all this eloquence when they were running? It's funny. Jeb Bush did the same thing.
Well, I tell you what, Jeb Bush, and I was talking about this. I was doing some press the other day, and I was talking about it on a radio show. It's really weird. Once George W. started speaking for Jeb, you look at those guys side to side and you're like, yeah, George was the better dude there. George is he's the better politician. He just totally outshone his brother.
Well, he's got a charm that is unmatched by most Republicans.
George?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what? I think that dude is. I guess when he was in Texas, he had like a little nickname for everybody in the Texas house, and people dug it. He'd be like, hey, Four Eyes, how's it going? Hey there, Brainiac, good to see you. Hey there, Scootin' Boots, you going to vote with me today? And I'd be okay with that. I wouldn't mind, having a little, hey, the president gave me a nickname.
Yeah, if it was a cool nickname. I'd be upset if it was like, something Big Nose or something. I'd be like, hey, dude, give me something cool.
Hey, big stupid face. Hey, big dummy dumb.
Somehow I like it, Mr. Bush.
Hey, rocks for head. Hey, rocks for brains. So Marco's gone. I'm kind of surprised. I was going to say from Utah. Isn't that the whole plan? Isn't that the whole GOP plan is just to take electoral votes away from Donald Trump?
Well, that's what they're trying to do right now, and that's basically John Kasich's entire MO at the moment, because mathematically there is no way, he would have to get, I believe the number is 116% of all of the remaining delegates.
That's going to be tricky.
It's going to be a little tough, but that's what he would need to actually walk into the convention with any sort of potential.
Then I have as much a chance as Kasich. I'm still in this thing, Michael.
Well, actually, he does have
You know
an
what?
endgame.
He really does. Don't count Kasich out. That crafty Buckeye from the home state of Ohio. This has happened before. I guess that's how we got Abe Lincoln. It was a contested convention. Abe Lincoln was the number 3 guy going in, and then out of the convention comes this tall, lanky fella with the crazy hat talking about slavery needs to end. So, hey, we got a pretty good track record with the number 3 guy.
Well, and again, his main argument is that I'm the normal one.
Yeah,
Which is crazy. If you go back and look at like when he was, in Congress and, was doing his whole thing, everybody's like, Kasich's crazy. He's so mean. He's crazy. Like it's so, all you have to do is just wait a couple of years and like what used to be crazy is now like, yeah, that's pretty agreeable. I can handle that. Kasich seems like a good guy.
Well, again, but you also have to remember what you're comparing him to. You have Donald Trump, who is a reality TV star for being outlandish, and you have Ted Cruz, who I have not heard one person in the Senate say that they like him. Even Lindsey Graham, who likes everybody, pretty much came out and said...
I don't want to get into a big, like, Ted Cruz slam fest, right? Because I don't want to take sides. But, like, when you said that, it made me think. It's like, I haven't met anybody who's like, you know what I love about, like, Ted Cruz?
Yeah.
Like, they like what he stands for and that he's a real constitutional guy and blah, blah, blah. But there's just something about the guy. I wish I could like name it. I wish I could put my finger, but there's it's like a persona that he has that I just find to be like, I wish he'd stop talking.
I think Saturday Night Live put it best when they said he has a really punchable face.
Oh, see, that's me. See, now they do a joke that's like built on violence, and it's like, that's just Saturday Night Live. But I tell you what, if anybody else tried that, they'd be like, we need to stop the hate speech. We need to stop the hate speech.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
So anyway, what's the next state we got coming up? We got what, Utah and Arizona coming up?
Yeah, Arizona is coming up. I mean, from a pure numbers game, though, we are looking at it that most likely we're going to walk into the Republican convention contested, and the Democratic convention's kind of up in the air at the moment.
It's going to be Hillary. It's going to be Hillary, and it is going to be a contested convention. I guarantee you that.
That's a big mistake for them. For the Republicans, it's a mistake. They're just handing it to Hillary. But I'm not convinced that the Republicans don't want to just give it to Hillary. I'm really not. I think, because then they get the House and Senate when it comes up, and I think they're less scared of Hillary than Trump, which is crazy because I don't think they're really realizing what they're going to be up against with President Hillary.
Well, I tell you what, you say that, and it's not like a far down conspiracy road. There's a young man by the name of John Sununu who worked in the first George Bush White House. And John Sununu, by the way, follows me on Twitter. How about that? Isn't that pretty cool? No kidding. It was one of the weirdest days of my life when I got that little Twitter alert, like John Sununu is now following you, and I'm like, what? And I'm like, it's got to be a different John Sununu. No, it's the John Sununu, and he had a book coming out. He's a good dude. Oh, and if you want to follow on Twitter, Flipside Loftus is the Twitter. So anyway, John Sununu in his book, just talking about Newt Gingrich, when he ran the Congress, Newt Gingrich just like totally threw the first George Bush under the bus. Wanted to make sure that George Bush didn't get reelected. That way Bill Clinton would win, and then Newt Gingrich would have all the power because he would be in charge of Congress. So there is actually a historical precedent for people just making their little political wishes come true by throwing people under the bus. So sacrificial lambs.
So you're saying this is full-on House of Cards style, no holds barred politics?
Dude, it's like House of Cards meets Game of Thrones. It's House of Thrones. Have you seen the trailer for that?
Yes, and it's awesome.
Oh my gosh! I'm so excited. This is going to be a great. You got Superman versus Batman. You got Game of Thrones coming up, and there's got to be like a ton of Game of Thrones memes out. But who would Donald Trump be? Is Donald Trump is he like one of the, he's got to be a Lannister, right?
I'm going to say something that I think is a little controversial. I think he's actually a Baratheon.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know what the heck you're talking about.
Is he like Stannis? Is he like...
I think he's more of like a Remley.
Remley was the big fat guy that got killed by the deer, right?
No. What wasn't Remley the one who was... He took his cousin and captured him and turned him into a little slave and then castrated him.
No. That's a different house.
Hold on, I'm looking that up.
That happened to Theon Greyjoy. And it was like somebody else's house. A Baratheon. That was the king in the first season, the big fat guy.
That was Mark Gaddy's character.
Yeah, Queen Cersei's first husband.
Yes.
Well, I tell you what, we are just geeking out here full on.
That's all right.
We should do that. We should have a contest to see which political guy is which. I just figured out that's who Ted Cruz is. He's the guy whose adopted son is torturing Theon Greyjoy.
Yeah. I will be president. Don't try and take this away from me.
I'm going to stop this. I'm going to do. So what's the Supreme Court thing? Here's a couple things. Here's my big beef.
Okay.
This is really where I think the heart and the soul. This isn't a very funny thing. This is all just me just talking politics. But this whole Supreme Court fiasco, this is the great example of what people hate about politics right now. It's just people digging in their heels for no good reason at all.
No, they got good reason to dig in their heels, the Republicans. Tell
me.
This guy that
what's the good reason?
King Obama's throwing out there is a huge anti-Second Amendment guy, and Obama is hell-bent on taking our guns for some reason because he's a tyrant, and they need to put their foot down and say, no, we're not going to accept somebody who's obviously going to vote against our Second Amendment rights.
Jason, you would have a wonderful point if that's what their argument was.
Yeah.
But you've got the Mitch McConnell, half man, half turtle from the island of Dr. Moreau. Just like, we will not. I wish this was a video show. I'm Mitch McConnell. I'm half man, half turtle. I escaped from the island. I live in Kentucky. We're not even gonna. And he keeps talking about the what's his rule? The
Thurman rule.
The Biden rule. The Joe Biden rule. Hey, Joe Biden said some crazy crap one day on the Senate floor. That doesn't make it a rule, right? The president nominates the guy, and then the Senate decides whether he's going to go or not. So just have the flipping hearings. Have the hearings. And if the guy is not a big Second Amendment guy, well, then say that and move on to the next dude. But just to say, we're not even going to talk to him. We're not going to talk to him because we don't think it's right. The Biden rule. We're not going to talk. Just you want to smack the glasses right off his face.
Wait a second, though. The Democrats, if they were in this spot, would do the exact same thing.
No,
everybody knows
they wouldn't because if
they
that,
did it.
Hey, Andrew, they did. They did.
If that was the case,
Barack
Alito
Obama
would not be on the court right now.
Barack Obama himself tried to block a Supreme Court nominee.
Harry
Reid tried to block a Supreme Court nominee. They do it. This is just politics.
Okay. So here's the question: does that make it right?
Yes.
That's what I always kind of liked about the conservative movement, the Republicans, is like, hey, we're going to do the right thing. So do the right thing. Obama says, I'm the president. I have to do this. Okay, who do you want? Okay, and then the Senate and the Republicans, we decide whether we want it or not. We have the hearings. Hold the hearings.
Here's my thing: is Obama trying to get the guy in?
Yes.
Then I'm against it. I don't like anything the guy does. I don't like the man. I don't trust the man. Whoever he tries to put in, I'm going to try to block if I'm a Republican, which I'm not. But
Jason, I just got a text from the White House. Barack Obama says the sky is blue.
I disagree. It is obviously red.
No, but I do have to ask.
I got another one.
Oh, okay.
Barack Obama says you can see through windows.
Wrong.
Those are clearly walls, sir. Those are cleverly painted walls.
We need to block his opinion about windows.
Okay, so here's the real question. Do you think Merrick Garland actually has any strong points? Do you think that there's anything good about him, something good that he would bring to the court? Because
No.
Because the truth is, he's not Antonin Scalia. That's the biggest argument that Republicans have. Antonin Scalia was a hardcore conservative. He was a very big advocate for the Second Amendment, and he really did practice what he preached and made sure that there was an originalist approach to everything that the Constitution had said. But Merrick Garland, he's more of a moderate.
Well, you know what, and I like you throwing an originalist out there because, like, I kind of think I am too. I didn't know that there was like these two like little different camps. So you've got the originalists, and then you've got what's the other camp?
The revisionists. I think that's what they're called, but something to that effect.
Yeah, but it's like I saw a bunch of interviews with Scalia. I don't want to get an angry review because I said it wrong. But like. Yeah, he was an originalist. I think that's the way to go. And he was a solid dude. He had tons of friends. You know, Supreme. He would like hang out with Ruth Bader Ginsburg. That's what I love about that guy.
Oh yeah,
but here's my deal with Garland.
Yep.
My deal with Garland is this: like I honestly think he tried to score points by crying at the little press conference. I didn't believe him. Right? I'm in show business, and I look at performances, and he's like, "This is the highest honor of my life." And I don't want to make fun of a guy for crying, but that's what I'm going to do. He's like, "This is the biggest honor of my life, except for when I met my wife." Like, really, dude? Are you gonna like you're a Supreme Court justice? I know John Boehner used to squirt him out every once in a while. He'd get these crying jags, and you know, a little goes a long way. But dude, you're a Supreme. You want to be a Supreme Court justice, and you're crying at the press conference? You can't be a judge and start crying like you're hearing a big case, and he's supposed to rule, and you're like, "Listen, Judge Garland, I had a really bad day. My puppy's sick. I was up all night with him. So if you could just find me not guilty, that'd be great." And he's like, "Oh my God, what kind of puppy do you have?" "It's a black lab named Scooter. Does it own just want to go home."
Does it own a gun?
"Yes, he does."
Well, then.
And he wants to keep it. He loves to shoot, my little Scooter.
And then Scott Baio endorses him.
Scott Baio. Oh my God, I saw Scott Baio on Fox News last night.
Yeah, it's because he endorsed Donald Trump.
I hadn't seen Scott Baio since, the 70s? Who cares what this guy... What is this?
Hey, watch out. Scott Baio is a playa, kid.
Charles is not in charge anymore, though, Michael.
Charles got married. But I tell you what, from everything I've heard, Scott Baio is a playa. Like a straight-up ladies' man.
Well, when you have a reality TV show called Scott Baio is 45 and unmarried, it probably goes to prove that point pretty well.
Yeah, well, but I thought he was married.
Well, because the follow-up was Scott Baio is 46 and pregnant.
And then it got canceled.
Yep.
You're like, don't want to see that. So Scott Baio, does anybody know who? So we know who Chachi endorsed. Who did Joni endorse? Has anybody reached out to Aaron Moran?
No, I just reached out to Aaron
Are
Moran.
there people that are like, I wasn't sure who to vote for, and then Scott Baio said Trump, and I thought, well, if Scott Baio says it, then that's who I'm voting for.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there a lot? Does the Scott Baio endorsement
I don't
carry
think
a lot of water?
I don't think so.
Probably as much
Are we
as the
reaching
Herman
out
Cain
now to
endorsement.
Willie Ames? I wonder who Willie Ames is going to be voting for.
I heard Horseshack.
He was the sidekick on Charles in Charge.
Horseshack is a big Trump guy, so.
Horseshack is dead, Jason.
Oh, is he?
No, he's not.
I don't.
No.
Really? Was it who? If Horseshack's alive?
I'm pretty sure he's still. Hold on.
Mr. Cartera. Epstein is not. Epstein's got a note from his mother saying that he endorsed Rubio because he's Hispanic. I don't know what's going on.
That is classic. He got a note from his mother.
Signed Epstein's mother.
Actually, you are correct. Ron Palillo, he passed away in 2012.
Well, if that's not bad news, I don't know what is.
I know. I remember because that was a very. When I was a little kid, that show was it, man. That show was it.
Oh yeah.
I wonder who Washington wasn't there?
Freddie Boom Boom Washington. Hi there.
All right, this is very, very self-indulgent. The Flint. Here's the other thing people hate about politics, and I tell you what is all the finger pointing about the Flint water crisis. Yeah. You know what? How about we save the finger pointing until after they have the new pipes installed? That's insane. Everybody's like, well, it's the governor's fault. And then like, oh, it's the EPA's fault. It's the mayor's fault. Hey, how about this? How about we get some construction crews out there? We put in some new pipes so people, they're still not drinking clean water there. They're still drinking out of
that's one of the biggest
water.
complaints about the governor right now is because he took $500,000 out of the budget that should have gone towards putting in new pipes, and he had the state pay for legal counsel for himself so that he could keep his job. So that's one of the complaints about it right now.
That's an owie kabowie. That doesn't – like, when do you go to your advisors? Like, hey, I know the citizens are drinking poisoned water, but here's what I just want to pitch this. I just want to pitch this out. I'm thinking we take some of that money for new pipes, and I use that so I don't get in trouble. I'd be like, sir, I think you might be missing the point. You might the people there's poison in the water. They need new pipes. I know, and we'll get to that eventually.
Well, I can't get them new pipes if I'm fired, can I?
Right? There's a dude like, hey, here's an idea. Put some new pipes in and call LegalZoom or go to legalmatch.com.
LegalZoom.
Like, you just can't. You can't take any money away from new pipes unless that money's going for better, newer pipes that will be installed by the end of the day. So I guess people are – I want to just keep moving on, more news stories. Here's what I caught up on. Glenn Beck just said that Ted Cruz is like the fulfillment of some kind of Mormon prophecy.
What?
There's been
I'm not
so
kidding.
much Mormonism in the news this week because now Donald Trump is questioning whether or not Mitt Romney is actually a Mormon. It's like, of all the things you can question about Mitt Romney, why do you go after that? I mean, come on, is he really a Mormon?
I see a disturbing pattern with Donald Trump. Like with Obama, he's like, is he really American? Is he really? And then Ted Cruz runs against him. Isn't he really Canadian? Isn't he really Canadian? Mitt Romney. Is he really a Mormon? Is he really? Like, that's a great way to go after somebody. You question their very existence.
And he always does the same way because he's like, a lot of people are saying this. I would like to meet who all of these a lot of people are that he keeps referring to.
Yeah, that's some pretty vague. Like Joe McCarthy stuff. Yeah. That's like when Ted Cruz was doing the whole thing with Donald Trump's taxes, and Ted Cruz was like, anything could be in there. Anything. He might have mafia money in there. I'm not saying there is. I'm not saying. Well, that's exactly what you said. You just posed it as a question. It's like Jeopardy politics. What is mafia ties on your tax return? I'll take Trump scandals for $500.
I'm not saying that he killed a baby.
Mob guys give you receipts. I'm in Long Island. I'm pretty sure mob people don't. I don't think Fat Tony's going to show up on your IRS.
Right.
So were the protesters like laying down in a freeway somewhere blocking the Trump rally?
I mean, it did get violent, and the unfortunate thing is that now the protesters who, regardless of what you think of them, they're trying to do what they feel is right. They're being politicized even more than they should be at the moment.
I'm so glad we're talking about this because this is another one that just really, really upsets me. You have the right to protest. You can stand outside the venue and protest, and you can yell, and you can make signs. But once you go inside where the speech is given, and you've got a candidate who's being protected by the Secret Service, you can't start disrupting because now it does pose a danger to the public. I don't think those people are protected by the whole free speech thing. I think now it's like when you go in the venue. I'm not a lawyer. I'm barely a comedian. But when you go in the venue and you start protesting, isn't that kind of like yelling fire in a movie theater?
Well, you're allowed to peacefully protest.
Outside.
They're disrupting his
go in and
actual
disrupt.
speech. Like I watched some Bernie speeches and some Trump speeches this weekend, and they like every couple of minutes they'll disrupt his speech, and after a while people get a little angry at that. And blocking ambulances and blocking the road to get in is not. It's actually what they're doing is attacking his free speech. You don't have to like what Trump says, but he does have the right to say it, and people have the right to listen, and then the people decide. Well, these people are trying to bully everybody, and I'll tell you, it's going to backfire in a very big way. A very big way.
Yeah, but the way that the media is treating those people, I felt awful.
No, the way they're treating Trump.
Okay,
they're acting like Trump's doing this.
So Fox
it's not
News
Trump's
this
fault that
past
these people
weekend,
are acting like a bunch of
decided
babies.
that they were going to bring Herman Cain and 2 of the protesters to come on.
And Herman Cain ate their lunch. I watched it.
Yeah, but the person that they brought on, he didn't even bother doing any research. Like, I felt
None.
mad that they.
I saw that.
Yeah, they brought on this kid, and I felt so bad
He was
for
like,
him because
Donald Trump hates black people.
Yeah.
When did he say that? Well, he didn't. I didn't hear him say anything bad about black people. I just know. Oh, okay. Well,
it's like, they brought on someone who read the Facebook posts, who thought that Donald Trump had actually said "Make America White Again," which he never did. And it's like they're trying to discredit these people when some of them actually do have legitimate concerns. Because what Donald Trump is doing, he is inciting violence. There's no question.
Not.
No, he is absolutely
okay, so these people
violence.
riot and act like a bunch of psychotic babies. And Trump is the bad guy here? No,
Yes,
it's
because
them
when
rioting.
he's saying-
It's them shutting things down. It's them blocking roads.
So
That's
you're
not
telling
Trump.
me that when Donald Trump gets up and
Do you
says,
see Trump
if you-
supporters doing that?
Yes.
Then you get mad at Trump. They're going into Bernie Sanders rallies and blocking traffic and beating people up and starting
Trump
fights.
even said he's sending people over to them.
He didn't say he was going to. He said, how would you like it if I did that to you?
And then he said, if I don't get the nomination, there are going to be riots.
Yeah, that's just...
Oh, sure, when Trump says it, yeah, then it's just...
Hold on, both of you. Donald Trump said, if I go to the nomination, people are going to be upset. I think that there might be riots. People will be upset. There might be riots. I'm not condoning that. I'm not saying I want that to happen. I'm saying you got to do the whole quote, brother. You got to do the whole quote.
Yeah, but Trump is not going out and saying, go riot. That's actually what Bernie's doing, and I saw it on his website. Here's where you go and disrupt things. This is where you go in Florida.
All right,
this is what you do.
So let me ask you this one question. Donald Trump flat out said, there is video, that he will pay the legal fees if anyone physically stops someone from throwing
Well,
things
let me
at
tell
Trump.
you, I'm a comedian. I
Okay.
do comedy shows.
Yeah.
And if every 2 minutes I'm trying to do a bit, somebody keeps disrupting in the crowd,
Yep.
I'm okay.
You suck.
The bouncers grab them and throw them out, and they're not nice about it.
Okay.
Now, if that person sues a bouncer, I'd be happy to help him with his legal fees because these people are way out of line.
Okay, and I agree with you there. But now, even though people went and did that when Trump said he would, he's not paying their legal bills.
Okay, fine. Well, that's because if he did, people like you would go, look at this, he's inciting violence. He's the devil with a crazy haircut.
Oh, so he's just throwing people under the bus?
No, he's not throwing anybody under the bus.
See, now, hold on. Listen. This is a trap. This is a trap.
It's a trap.
What you're missing, you see, you get this is exactly how it goes when you watch Fox and you watch MSNBC and you watch CNN. You spiral into this death trap of like, oh, but he said this, so he's not doing that, and we're missing the real point. You guys are both correct. You can protest, but once you go inside the hall, you cannot protest. You get arrested. You have to be taken out. Was Donald Trump wrong for telling people, I wish we could hit back. I wish we could punch back. In the old days, you could hit back, but I'd love to punch that guy, but we can't. Yeah, they just need a boatload. They need a boatload more security. I actually think once you start tangling with Secret Service agents, I think it becomes a federal crime, and they need to start prosecuting these people for the crime they are committing.
Here's the thing. There is nothing illegal about walking into any sort of event and quietly being there wearing your opponent's gear, wearing their T-shirt. And
That's right.
Some of the complaints have been that people have gotten pulled out of Trump events specifically because they had Bernie gear on.
Yeah, that's not cool. Now, I understand, and I want this to be true. I understand that, like, a guy went to a Trump rally the other day dressed up as a KKK guy.
Well,
and a black Donald Trump supporter hit the guy, which I think is just beautiful.
Well,
I think it's beautiful. Because it's like a mystery wrapped in a riddle, wrapped in an enigma.
Well,
I don't know who to be mad at.
Trump actually...
Like, violence is wrong, but I hate the Klan. But he was only pretending, but he didn't know.
Well, first of all, the Klan outfit was very half-hearted. It was like a pillowcase on it. It didn't even... It was very sad.
Well, he was new. He's a new recruit. You don't get the full-on, like, Grand Wizard regalia on the first day. That's like showing up at the army camp going, I want to be a general.
Right. Yeah, but Trump actually does have a lot of black, Hispanic, and Muslim supporters. It's kind of crazy. And this guy is just probably sick of what they're doing. And they send in these Democratic operatives. There's a picture going around Facebook of these two Klan members with Trump signs. And then if you look close, they're black guys. They're Democratic operatives dressed like that to rabble-rouse.
You know, Jason, there's also a picture of Hitler holding an iPhone on Facebook.
Yeah, but that's real. Hitler had technology that was way advanced from what they had back then.
I got a picture of Mussolini with a shake weight.
No, actually, these were two Democratic operatives. They were dressed as Klansmen, and they went to a Trump rally and held the signs. And then everybody goes on Facebook and goes, "Look at these Klansmen at a Trump rally," and it ended up that one. And then you look at their hands, and it's black guys, and you're like, "Wait a second! I don't think they let black guys in the Klan."
It's like an old Richard Pryor movie.
It is.
It was Cleavon Little from Blazing Saddles.
Yeah. Yep.
But that's the dirty, dirty tricks from the Democratic Party that's full of tolerance and love that we all know.
Okay, other news stories. Let's keep
Arnold
going.
Schwarzenegger gets very upset.
What happened to Arnold?
He is in Australia giving some interviews because he's going to be the new apprentice guy. He's taking Trump's job. And somebody asked him...
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think he'll be great, actually. You're fired. So they're asking him questions about the candidates for the presidential election, and he gets mad and walks out, and he says, "This is an interview that I only do about fitness and health, not about politics or my relationships." And it's like, no, dude, it's an interview. We ask you stuff. And he walked out angry, didn't want to answer the questions about Trump.
I say good for him. Was he there pimping the apprentice?
I believe so. Celebrity Apprentice.
Well, then, hey, yeah. Then Arnold's kind of a crybaby. If you're there on The Apprentice and you inherited that show from Donald Trump, it's going to come up. But what if they start talking to him about like banging the maid and stuff? He's allowed to walk away.
Yeah, I don't think that's very cool to ask him about things.
Did you see the Nancy Reagan funeral coverage? And they sat Arnold next to Maria Shriver at the funeral. And I'm like, who was in charge of the seating chart? That is the most awkward place. Good to see you again, Maria. Shut up, Arnold. I hate you.
Where's
the maid going to sit? Where's the maid going to sit? You got to let it go. We'll move past that. We got to move on for the children. I'm not past it. I hate you. I can't look at you. I'd rather crawl in the casket with Nancy's dead body.
I don't know how you can not look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's on the TV every time I turn it on with those Mobile Strike commercials, which are awesome, by the way, actually.
Yeah, first floor, Mobile Strike, strike quickly. Hey, is he going to have to come up with a new catchphrase? When you were doing that story, Jason, I was thinking, like, is like, you're fired? Is that like Donald Trump's bit, or is Arnold going to say that?
I think...
Or does he come up with his own?
I'm going to call it right now that he's going to say, "I'm very sorry, but you're terminated."
That's pretty good.
Oh.
I like that one. You're terminated.
I'm going to have to let you go. You're going to have to chill out. He'll put on his little Mr. Freeze outfit from that horrible Batman movie. You're going to have to chill.
Yeah, he'll have some zany one-liners.
"I'm sorry, but you're not going to be back."
That's pretty good, too.
That's it.
Andrew Apple.
You won't be back. That's actually a really good one. You won't be back. That's it. Okay, that's great. Okay, it's gone swimmingly well. We should probably do some Michael-topias, yeah?
Sounds good to me.
Who's got a Michael-topia? Who's got one in the hopper?
I've got a couple of them here. In
Fire away.
In Michael-topia...
No, wait, hold on. I'm gonna do the little intro for it. We'll make this nice. And then, I haven't said this at all during this whole episode, and I want to remind people there is a television show, a syndicated television show that we all work on called The Flip Side with Michael Loftus. Go to theflipsideshow.com, and that has a channel finder. We're all across America. But because the show is syndicated, we can't do really timely humor, and that's why we started this podcast. That's why we do the Loftus Party podcast. Now, one of the segments in the TV show is Michaeltopia. It's a lot of fun because you can live wherever you want. In the real world, a lot of things don't make sense, and a lot of things give you cause to pause. But in Michaeltopia, everything works right because it's a place inside my head. Yes, join me, won't you, in Michaeltopia. What do we got, fellas?
All right, first of all, in Michaeltopia, if you're a sports fan and your favorite team wins, stop saying we won. Oh, we won. No, you didn't win anything. You sat there on the couch and watched. You didn't help.
Yeah. In Michaeltopia, just because you're wearing the team's jersey doesn't make you a part of the team. You're like, oh, we did it. Really? How many points did you score, Jerry? How many? I didn't see you on SportsCenter. None of your clips appeared to make the highlight reel, Jim.
Yeah, that one drives me nuts.
That's a good one.
Oh, but if they lose, these same people are like, oh, they suck. No, what about we?
Oh, yeah.
You're on the
right?
team, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. What happened to we, man?
We need to take the lessons of the Boston Red Sox. We support our team.
Yes.
They play very well.
Yeah. That's how you do it.
They're our team.
It's not us. You didn't pitch.
Yeah, nobody wants to see me pitch.
Oh, or catch. Wait, we lost Michael?
We might have.
We lost the host of the show. That's not good. There he is. He's back.
Oh.
You're fine. We got you.
You froze up for a minute.
There was an internet connection problem. In Michaeltopia, you can count on the internet in Long Island. Okay? I could hit a 9-iron to Manhattan. It's a big city. This is like, it's not like I'm out in the sticks, right? You're like, oh, the internet, it's kind of iffy. In New York? Are you kidding me? This should be like the show place for good internet. It's like the never sleeps. If you can make it there, the internet. Oh my gosh, it did it again.
No, we've still got you.
What kind of hotel are you at?
The bad internet kind.
I stay there all the time.
I don't want to besmirch their reputation because the hotel's lovely. The staff is fantastic. Usually the continental breakfast is like a cup of Yoplait yogurt and a handful of Cheerios. This place, it's amazing. There's a waffle bar. There's an omelet bar. It's ginormous. There's fresh fruit. It's huge. It's like its own. There's a gym. It's a lovely facility. It's just the internet is iffy. They got to do something. Last night I came home. I'm super tired. We've been rewriting and working on the script. It's been a boatload of fun, a lot of laughs. And I get in and I want to make sure we can do this on the internet. So I come back to my room. I check the internet. It's not working. I go to the front desk. I'm like, did you guys change the code? Because I thought maybe they change the code every day or so. The guy goes, no. I'll fix it. And then he gets on the walkie-talkie and he's like, we need to restart the internet for the hotel. It's like they literally, seriously, you're just going to unplug it and plug it back in? Because that's what I do at home. And so I guess that's how they fix the internet here. Here's an idea. Get some cables. Call Time Warner. They have a lovely package.
Yeah.
It's reliable. It's lightning fast. I don't know what company they're with, but they might want to start shopping around. They might be with like Fat Tony's Internet Company. No, it's internet. It's the 2 cans and a string Internet Company. Me and my cousins do it. It's going to be $50,000 a month. I'll keep 20. I'll give you back 10. The other 2 we got to give the big tone. That was my rambling Michaeltopia. And I'll clean. In Michaeltopia, the internet works in New York.
Okay. In Michaeltopia, can Hillary Clinton please stop trying to be cool?
That's a good one, right there.
It's like she showed up on Broad City this week, and I'm like, no, I don't want to see you doing it. I don't want to see you doing the whip and the nay-nay on Ellen.
Yeah.
It's like next you're going to show up on Jimmy Fallon, and you're going to slow jam the news, and you'll probably be more awkward than Jeb Bush was when he did it.
Oh man, if she does that, that is always so like cringeworthy.
Yeah.
Like I remember. Like Bill Clinton, he famously came out and played the saxophone on the Arsenio Hall show, and I just wanted to crawl under a rock. I'm like, please don't do that. You're not allowed to do that.
But it worked for him. I mean, that's the thing. You can say a lot of things, and this applies to Obama as well. You can say that you don't like Clinton's politics, but you can't say that the guy isn't cool and charming.
Who, Obama or Clinton?
Clinton.
Oh, I guess he's incredibly charming. I tell you what, I can't look at him now. When he goes down and starts speaking for Hillary, I remember the young, vibrant Bill Clinton, and now when he goes out and gives a speech, he looks so frail. I'm worried about him. I'm worried about his health. I'm like, I have no idea what he's saying. He might have the greatest message in the history of politics, but I'm just worried he's going to die in front of my very eyes. I can't listen if I'm worried.
He's getting up there.
Yeah, he's not looking good.
He is. I don't have another one.
I do. This one drives me crazy, and I'm sure this will drive you crazy, Michael. If you get in Michaeltopia, if you get a pet, if you adopt an animal, it's a dog or a cat, something you could pet and cuddle. No more pet scorpions or tigers or bears or mountain lions. And then these people, you see them on YouTube. You'll see a clip of a guy feeding and cuddling his pet alligator, and you're like, it's just a matter of time. He's going to forget to feed it one day, and it's going to bite his face off, and I'm going to laugh and laugh and laugh.
Yeah. I think we've done something similar to that, but it's very true. I have no sympathy for the girl who's like, I've got a pet boa constrictor and it sleeps with me, and then, oh Lord, it tried to kill me last night. What? It's a wild animal, especially a reptile. Those are just like dinosaurs. You can't First of all, I don't really trust cats. Like, cats have their own agendas. Like, dogs you can trust. A dog really wants your best interests,
If somebody breaks into your house and tries to kill you, a dog will fight. Your cat will run and be like, the valuable stuff's in the other room. Don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. They're really traitors. What
will an alligator do if I break in, Jason?
It depends on, have you fed it recently? That could go either way.
This home protected by, although that would be a good sticker. You know, people have those like home security stickers they put on. This home's protected by scorpions. Stay back, y'all.
But I mean, I don't think, does a scorpion even have a brain? They just sting and pinch things. That's like what they do. And if you have a pet scorpion and it stings you, that's on you, man.
Does a scorpion have a brain is also the title of my business self-help book.
Which
is
How to Succeed in Business. Does the scorpion have a brain? Who moved my cheese?
I'll tell you what, if scorpions were real smart and had brains, we would all be in trouble, bro.
I saw the creepiest thing, okay? Here we go. In Michaeltopia, we keep an eye on the squid. In Michaeltopia, we keep our eye on the octopus.
What do you mean?
I saw this crazy thing many years ago where the scientists were saying that, like, once humanity's gone, if humanity is wiped off the face of the planet, it'll be squids and especially octopus will take over. They're next in line to run the planet.
Really?
Yeah, because like octopus, they have emotions and they don't have opposable thumbs, but they don't need them. They have tentacles. They put this little ball of food in a tank with an octopus. The octopus gets the ball of food and he eats it and he's happy and he turns a little bluish, whatever. Then they put the ball of food in a jar and they put that in the tank with the octopus. The octopus reaches over to get the food. He can't because the jar's in the way. He gets red, right? He's mad. But then he figures out he can go in through the top and he gets the food out. And you're like, okay, that's a little creepy. Then they put the food in a jar. They put a lid on the jar. They put it in the tank with the octopus. Octopus tries to get it. Red. And then it takes a second. And then it starts experimenting. And then it uses its little tentacle to slowly unscrew the lid. And it gets in and gets to the... it figured out how it can open doors. It's like in Jurassic Park when the velociraptors figure out how to open doors. Terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Coming summer 2017, the octopi will be here.
Seriously, it sounds funny now, but man, if those things could get out of the water and start walking around, you'd be terrified. So watch out for killer robots and octopi.
What about an octopus robot?
Now you're just making fun of me. Now you're just... Hey, you guys, this was great. This was an awesome show. I want people to remember, go to the YouTube. You can see clips of the TV show, The Flip Side with Michael Loftus. Search that up on YouTube. Flip Side Loftus is the Twitter handle that people can reach me on.
Or on Facebook.
And Facebook, yeah. I mean, you got to be able to figure out Facebook by now.
5-star ratings.
And then I know you guys are involved in other projects. I know, Andrew, you've got an exciting podcast that you do.
I do. I have a podcast called So Fresh, So Prince, where we're rewatching every episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air week by week and talking about it, how it holds up, and how the 90s are still here.
Edgy. And Jason, I understand that you have something else, another project you're working on the sidelines?
Yeah, it's called. I have a podcast called The Road to Ruin, where I talk about, I have just interesting people telling funny and interesting travel stories, and I'm still waiting for you to be a guest on that podcast, Michael.
I will. I'll do it. I have lots of travel stories. Well, this was a great time. Thanks so much for joining us. This is by far my favorite thing, and I'm so glad that we could work it out where I can be on one side of the country, you guys are on the other side of the country, and we did a killer show. So thanks for tuning in to the Loftus Party, and we will see you all next time.